guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Marty back with another video. This time it's my monthly collection update, movie and TV and soundtracks collection update. So yes, today's the 30th of April, so I'm just going to do April's pickups and gifts for April, obviously, or it's 1st of May, so yeah. So okay, I've got a few Blu-rays this time, a couple of 4Ks, quite a few soundtracks, so I'm just going to buzz through them. So we'll do the 4Ks first. There's only a couple of 4Ks, 3 4Ks. So I picked up Smile, one of the big horror movies from last year. Hope there's not too much of a glare on them there, but yeah, I picked up Smile. Still haven't seen this film yet. I believe it's very good, but yeah, haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I'm just waiting for a few of my friends to come and watch it with me, so that's going to be cool. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Smile. Excuse me. Up next, I picked up Candyman, the Arrow Candyman. I did have the Arrow, standard Arrow Blu-ray, but I picked up the 4K because it was going cheap, and it's one of those classic Tony Todd movies. Definitely a must-have in a horror collection. Yeah. Sorry, just trying to move some shit. Up next, another classic horror movie from the 80s. This is The Lost Boys. Classic movie. Sure everybody knows The Lost Boys from 1987. What a classic movie. Kevin Sutherland and the Feldman, the Coreys. But yeah, Frog Brothers, classic movie. And, okay, that's it. Now I've got some Blu-rays to show you here. So there is one or two of these documentary style, or TV style if you will. So I'll show you them first. So I picked up this new one that's out. It's called Living with Chucky. So basically it's a documentary on the whole Child's Play movies and how they were put together, and interviews with all the actors, Brad Dourif and what's his name? Her name, Jennifer Tilly, and then John Waters as well. So haven't watched this yet. This came in the door yesterday, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice slimline Blu-ray, but a cool cover. Living with Chucky. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting watch too. Yeah, and then I picked up season 1 of the Chucky TV series, which is finished season 2 at the moment. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I have watched season 1 digitally. That's why this is still shrink wrapped. But yeah, Chucky season 1. I enjoyed season 1. It was good. It was good, and it's part of the Chucky series, so I'll obviously have to keep going with it. Excuse me, a bit dry. Okay, let's go have a wee drink of water in the meantime. Okay. Now there's a few of these Blu-rays I haven't watched because of the movie group. We're trying to watch movies, Stephen King week this week. It's hard to get everything watched, so I picked up this Hammer classic from I'm not sure. I think it's the late 60s, but this is Taste of Blood of Dracula with Christopher Lee, another Hammer movie. It is still shrink wrapped, so there's probably a glare on that, but yeah, more classic horror. Speaking of classic horror, I picked up the Universal Monsters collection. So you've got 8 classic horror movies here. You've got all the classics like the Wolfman, Dracula, who else is on this? Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, and The Invisible Man. Nice little book, colour booklet came with it. So yeah, it's a really snazzy looking box set. At a good price. It's only 20 odd euros. I have seen all these movies before. I watched The Invisible Man last week with Claude Rains. Excellent movie. Really enjoyed that one. So yeah, so that was the Universal Monsters box set. Very nice. Nice priced as well. Okay, let me just see if there's any more horror here. Yeah, it's pretty all much horror. So I picked up, well, this is not horror. It's gore. So this is Tree from Hell, the third in the Devil's Reject series from what's his name, Rob Zombie. So I had this on 4K, but I have the other ones on Blu, so I just got rid of the 4K and picked up this really cheap. So yeah, not a bad movie, not a bad third movie. First two are obviously a bit better. This movie I watched last night, picked it up. This is Kill List. So this is a British movie by Ben Wheatley. Very good movie. First time I watched it last night. Pretty gory. Starts off like a hitman movie and then turns into a bit of folk horror, and it's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. the crack in the box there when it came. But yeah, Kill List from 2011, I believe. Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. Okay, what else have we got? We got The Hills of Eyes 2. Picked up that. This is a German version. Came with a bit of a ding as well. There's a lot of things happening. So this is Wes Craven, obviously, the follow-up to the one I bought, the Arrow one. Blah blah. Just looking for a year, but I don't remember what year this was out. But I just remember this being a bit bananas, a bit like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was a bit bananas as well. But yeah, nice cover. The Hills of Eyes 2. Okay, 2 more Blu-rays and then we're on to the soundtracks. Never done, you'd be happy to hear. So I picked up Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. This is the TV series, animated TV show. Could be 4 episode one. That's on. It was on Netflix, I believe. I'm not sure if it still is or not. So yeah, I picked up all the animated Resident Evil movies that come out, and they're all pretty good. The animation is fantastic in them, as you'd expect. Same with the games, the modern games. But yeah, so more umbrellas going on. And finally, I picked up this. Is it fantasy, sci-fi? Bit of both. So this is the LXG, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, with a great cast. So you got Sean Connery in the lead as Alan Quatermain, Jason Fleming, who else? Peter Wilson, Shane West, Stuart Townsend's in it as well. So this is the story of a group to counteract evil in the world, and they're all made up of fictional characters from books. So you've got Alan Quatermain from the King Solomon's Mines, you've got Tom Sawyer, Mina Harker, Dracula, you've got Dorian Gray, etc, etc. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely a bit of popcorn watching. It's good fun. The special effects don't really live up to it from the date, which I don't see. I only watched this during the week, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, good movie, the LXG, if you haven't seen it. So that's all the movies, guys. Now I've got soundtracks. Now I've got a lot of soundtracks here, so I'm going to buzz through these. So I bought a good few of these, and a good few of these came from my mate Stephen as well. So quickly, 28 Days Later soundtrack. Great movie. Classic. Next, Blade Runner. Vangelis, the brilliant soundtrack, brilliant movie. Okay, next we have got Batman Forever. Quite a few different artists on this. You got U2, Massive Attack, The Offspring. Yeah, loads of other junk. But yeah, so Batman Forever. Next up we have Jim Carrey again, the Cable Guy. So you've got Jerry Cantrell on this, Cypress Hill. Who else? Porno for Pyros, wherever it is. But yeah, enjoyed that movie. Kind of black comedy, dark comedy. Jim Carrey. Next up we have a bit of Crank, starring Jason Statham, who's on this soundtrack. Quiet Riot. Harry Nilsson, Loverboy. A lot of artists I don't recognise. Jefferson Starship. A bit of rock on it, so it's pretty cool. That's that. Next up, soundtrack for Empire Records. Kind of a comedy. It's kind of a cult. It's not cult, but it came out in 1995. Yeah, Cranberries, that kind of stuff on that. So yeah, Empire Records, nice one to get. Next up is the soundtrack to Howard Stern. This is probably one of the better ones for me, any with the rock on it. So you've got Rob Zombie, you've got Ozzy Osbourne and Typo Negative, Green Day, the Ramones, Deep Purple, Cheap Trick, Van Halen, AC/DC. Quite a good soundtrack actually. Howard Stern, Private Parts. Love this. I couldn't wait to get a copy of this, so I bought this about 2 weeks ago now. So this is the soundtrack of Little Shop of Horrors, Rick Moranis, Steve Martin. Brilliant soundtrack, brilliant movie. Absolutely love that one. Next up, the soundtrack to one of my favourite movies of all time. So this is Animal House, National Lampoon's Animal House. Delighted to get this now. Just need to get the vinyl of this now. What a movie, what a soundtrack. It's brilliant. If you don't know that movie, you'd be surprised. Next up, we have Natural Born Killers. Woody Harrelson and what's her name? Juliette Lewis and Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. Classic movie by Oliver Stone. Natural Born Killers. Next up, pretty cool rock soundtrack from the movie, which isn't a brilliant movie, but it's Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg, Jennifer Aniston, and some heavy metal stars, Exact Wild, Jeff Pilson, a few other ones. But this is a really good soundtrack. Some great songs on this by Steel Dragon. Excellent, really good soundtrack. Love that one. Next up, bit of Whoopi Goldberg, Sister Act 2, no, Sister Act 1. So you've got your kind of gospel R&B songs from the 60s, or whatever we call it. But yeah, great movie, good soundtrack. Next up, bit of Vin Diesel. So you've got Triple X. Is it the next level? No, it's just Triple X. So yeah, another cheesy secret agent movie. Not too bad. So you've got Mushroom Head on this, Hatebreed, Rammstein, Drowning Pool, Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff on it. Plus there's the original score as well. And very last one we have for this video is Zombie Strippers, comedy horror with Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger. Can't say I know too many of the artists on this one going by their names, but yeah, it's a fun movie. It's not a great movie, but it's nice to get that soundtrack. Pretty cool inside. So that's it, guys. That is all my movie related pickups for April. Sorry, God, losing track. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies, if there's any movies you want to recommend that I watch. That's great. Stephen King week at the movie club, as I said, so we're just waiting through them. And that's it, guys. I'll leave you there. I'll see you at the end of May, hopefully with another update. All going well. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching this video. Leave me a comment, hit the like button please if you like the video, and even subscribe to the channel so you can get more metal videos, vinyl collections, CDs, all that sort of dung, and then some movie related stuff as well. Alright, cheers, have a nice bank holiday weekend, and I will talk to you all soon. Cheers, Slán.